boom, 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 boom. My son crazy what I'm about to say. Boom, 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 boom. Wow. Yeah. I wonder how I sound because I feel like last stream I didn't have the best microphone quality. What the hell did I click? Your channel. Before you continue, get lost. Sorry, YouTube. I don't actually mean get lost. Let's see what I sound like. Hello. Hello. It's not too bad. I don't know. This microphone is sound like pretty good, and I feel like it just sounds worse at the moment. Ba, 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 ba. It's a tad loud. Let's actually go to my stream and paste it in the chat. And everyone, boom, boom. Let's freaking go. Oh, so they get thumbnails after the video's been uploaded. Interesting. I wonder, have I got the lighting baked since the last time we looked at this level? Is it still loading? You know what? I want to try to get this controller working on my PC. Because I bought this controller a while ago. And it's like... It's a Switch controller. But I've not been using my Switch at all. Which I should. I really should play Mario Odyssey. For some reason, I'll never not want a Nintendo console. Because obviously they have really banging exclusives. But I got this controller. And you know what? I've not tried Mario Kart on it. I bet that feels really good. I kind of want to get all the DLC for Mario Kart. Mario. I don't think Mario has DLC. Does Odyssey have DLC? Can't remember. I always find it so bizarre how few games some people have played. Someone called me a gatekeeper for this, but I don't know. I felt like it was the opposite, right? Like... I had a friend who had barely played. Let's put on max. Barely played like any games, and I always said to him, like, try this, try to come on, like stop sticking to the same game. And he was like, "Oh, you call me a gatekeeper," and I was like, "Surely I'm a gate opener. I want him to try more experiences and not lock himself down." Hello, Rat One, and not lock himself down to like 1 or 2 video games. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with playing 1 or 2 video games, but I do think you get a better understanding and a better appreciation for games when you expand a bit more. It's like if you see a critic on something, right? That critic will have experienced a lot of movies and stuff, and they have something to compare it to. Like if you see a trope in a movie, like a horror movie, where like you get the girl go to the basement, uploaded something stylish. Yeah, I saw, right? You put it in the binoculars, right? Or have you got something else? Did I encourage you? It's a very different stylized in a good way. Where was it? Finished pieces? It wasn't in critique. Oh, was it in critique? Yeah, here. It's really, really cool. I mean, I like it anyway. Did you use reference? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, compared to the reference, it looks fantastic. Really good. Oh, is that all there is for the reference? Oh, no, here you go. Really good. Like, something I really like to see is when people do a really good replication. Replication. Is that a word? Replication. Definition. The action of copying or reproducing something, it is. I love it when someone replicates, I should have probably just said anyway, an existing thing. I think that's really cool when they get it like spot on as well. And I think you've done a really good job. I think that looks like if we get a good angle of it, like from the beginning angle, like from probably here, that's fantastic. Like, obviously, you could have made, I don't know how much you wanted to replicate actually the coloring of it, because you could have replicated, like, had more of these on, like the over-the-top shading. But I assume, I mean, you kind of did do that. If I keep thinking I can zoom in. But no, looks really, really good. Good job. I wouldn't even know how to critique that because you've pretty much done exactly what you aim to do. Sometimes that's it, right? Sometimes if you set off to do a task and you basically did it exactly the way you want, there's not really any critique. Like, someone made it with the same color, like with the highlights, etc. Oh, okay. Yeah, like you could have made the highlights more intense if you wanted to. Sometimes when you turn something into 3D, you don't want to quite fully replicate it. Sometimes you can't, and a good example of that is like that environment I made. I know I show my stream off all the time, but my stream off, my outstation's off. But it's like this. When compared to here, this doesn't look like it breaks the laws of a camera angle very much. But when you turn this into 3D, you'll be surprised at how much this stuff didn't align with a lot of the stuff. Like, down here was like fine. I don't know if you was around when I was doing this scene, but when I got up here, all of this doesn't go to the correct vanishing points and stuff, so it meant mine couldn't align perfectly, so I kind of just went, screw it, and I'll make it anyway. But I think I did a pretty good job, but the camera angle doesn't align at all, really. I want you. I want you. I want you, babe. So I could just say screw it and make this a very simple tiling texture. Which I probably will do if we just go like... We could do something like this. Something like that. I've been playing Elden Ring recently. Fantastic game. Really, really good. Lots of annoying bosses. And when I say annoying, I don't mean hard. I mean annoying. I've played all the Dark Souls series stuff, and I know what an annoying boss looks like. Because I know a lot of people would just say, oh, you just need to get good. But some of the bosses, it's like they're intentionally not made to run through with certain builds. I always do a strength build on my first playthrough in these type of games, because I like just going whack. Not necessarily the like heaviest weapon, but quite a heavy weapon. And I feel like right now, with some of the bosses I faced, I've beat them all, eventually. Probably about... the worst one was probably a dozen times it took me. Maybe 15 times. Speaking of critique, what did you think of that ticket stand environment I posted at one point? Where did you paste it? Yeah, that's your fan, that's your material you made. You didn't post it critique, right? Finished? How's it been, Steve? Pretty good, man. How's it been, Wolf? I feel like I've not seen you for a while, but I do take a week before streaming. Yeah, repost it. I'll have a look. If you actually legit want critique, I'll tell you what needs improving. I feel like the weirdest thing people do is just because someone's not good enough... Don't get me wrong, when someone who doesn't know anything about art, when someone's not an artist and they try to critique something of yours, they don't understand the processes you've got to go through to make something. Sorry, I didn't see the chat. Like, what's a good example? It was like when someone told me I need to... Like, he said something about the shadows in one of my scenes. And then I said something to him, and then he said something else, and I was like, bro... The shadows are generated themselves. I don't place all the shadows manually in the engine. They get generated from where I have the light sources. Like, he wanted me to change something that just wasn't viable. That's why it's not great getting critique from someone who doesn't understand art. But getting someone who understands art, even if they're not as good as you, can sometimes be really, really helpful, because they will, hopefully most of the time, actually give you quite nice critique. But no, I will stand up and say some people who have never done 3D in their life, who tries to critique your work, have no idea what they're talking about. I remember one of the critiques I always used to get when I was like, when I really sucked, was like, it doesn't look realistic enough. I was like, yeah, that's not helpful. You know what I mean? Like, telling me it doesn't look good enough, that's not going to somehow magically make my work better. I get that. Now, I wouldn't mind as much if they just saw it as normal critique, but some of the people who used to say that used to be like, that's constructive. What? In what world is that constructive? You know what I mean? Like, come on. There we go, reposted. Nice. Oh, you posted that before? I have not seen that. When the hell did you post that? I usually look at my chat all the time. Like, sometimes I don't reply, but... Yeah, there's your stall. I'm almost certain you've not posted that before. Anyways, let's critique it now. Find a pixel art tutorial on Blender 3D and 2D pixel art. Oh, that's cool. I want to make a scene. I want to make a pixelated scene using a shader, but I need to make a really advanced shader. Okay, my... Jesus Christ. How big is this image? Oh my god. Or am I just really zoomed in? No, it's a very large image. Is this like a 4K image? I have to check now. So is this baked or dynamic lighting? Because that'll be a big part of the critique on this. And is it UE5 or UE4? It is 4. Oh, no, it's not quite. It's 3,500 by 1,920. Let's give it some critique then. So it looks like you've got a lot of tiling textures because you've not got like any. And all dynamically lit. Okay. So dynamically lit's always harder to get a more realistic approach anyway. So here it looks like you've got like along this edge you've not got, there's no bevel or anything, you know. It's very sharp and there's no damage or wear or anything along here like on the edges, which I think would make it look a lot better. Down here you've got lighting appearing from here, I assume, like coming out of here. Let's get a red light coming from here that's facing down. But the problem is it leaves this part looking really flat, because if you look at the bottom, now this might just be going to your post-processing and turn up your ambient occlusion maybe, but if you look here, there looks like there's no ambient occlusion there. It looks like there's no casted shadow here, right? I think that would really help bring this, make it pop more, because it helps the objects look more situated in the environment. With stylized, you ever exaggerate that. In stylized, if we look at an asset, what's a good example? It's like my stools and everything, like all of them. Basically, I've got it going dark towards the bottom and lighter at the top, and it helps it make it look more situated. It does not work as well, in my opinion, with realistic, because there won't technically be a shade on it. You've got to get that shade from your lighting and from your post-processing. The pixel art tutorial by Sawyer. I have to have a look at that. Same with here, and again, this could just be... Yeah, texture density as well, you're right. So I assume this is tiling, right? I think this texture looks really nice. Admittedly, you've got like this part here that's like, I don't know, it just cuts off. I'm not quite sure what the shade's doing. Does that duck behind here? Because if that's the case, that looks good. If that's actually the wall here, there needs to be more shade here. Again, probably ambient occlusion. So you got this. I would do a screen material because that always looks really cool. Even though screen materials are really over exaggeration, like you got scan lines on them and you'll sometimes see the pixels, which you won't see on an actual monitor. But implemented in a scene, it looks really cool despite it being sort of an over exaggeration. That's clipping in the ground, right? Yeah, you got this clipping in the ground. I think there's no way it's that flat at the bottom. Yeah, because you've got them here too, and they look fine here, but here it's clipped. Let's see. So, is there a skylight in here? Like, back here is really dark, which makes no sense, because if you've got all this light bouncing, you'll get some lighting appear here. Like, it makes a lot of this look really flat. So maybe all you need to do is put a point light right here, and just expand that up to make it look a bit brighter along these walls. Same here. Really, really dark. Like, that is like pitch black here. Here is that a chair? The normal maps on that are so strong. Same in the grunge. Like, having strong normal maps always feels appealing until you actually do it. Like, look at my scene. I know I'm comparing, and it's stylized, but yeah, add more spots and point lights to get rid of dark. Even though they don't make sense, it's like here. Look at my scene. Again, I'm going to compare it again. So I've got two things to compare. Look, I got, to be fair, I got 1 point light here, 1 point light here. So it's not too bad because I've got these lights. But these, I have expanding its light all the way across this area, which isn't realistic at all. Because this, which has no bottom, it does have a bottom to it, will not cast light down here, but it will look a lot better because the lighting will bounce. You've got the bouncing of your, of our sunlight coming in. Like, it makes more sense to light up the room more. Same in here. I've probably got a light, light in the middle of the room here, just to increase that light bouncing. Because with dynamic lighting, you can't have decent bounces because it doesn't bounce. So you got to simulate that. This scene does have baked lighting, but the directional light isn't, because I was having problems with it. So I ended up saying no. We'll make the scene. Try using texel density on your unwraps. When it's scene look much. Yeah, don't be scared of. Capo and increase try count. Yeah, if you've got any reference, that'd be great too. Let's get back. Don't get me wrong, I'm not the best lighting artist ever anyway. I've seen so many people better than me, but I do understand the basics. Like here again, you just need ambient occlusion, probably something to thingy. I don't know. These decals are just so strong. Like, I think a lot of the scene just needs its normal maps toned down. Have you got reflection steering? Because this metal seems to be reflecting very strange. Don't be afraid either to go into the texture itself or go into the material and dumb down the brightness a little bit. Again, I'm going to compare it to my scene. If we look at like this. Oh, so I never needed to do it with this, but sometimes you'll look at an item and you go, oh, it needs to be darker. Obviously, this is not one of those cases, but if we look, I go, oh, it sits more in when it's a little bit darker, or it sits more in when it's a little bit lighter. That can be really helpful, just to slightly adjust it to get it just perfect. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, again. Oh, yeah, I forgot. It's called, is it pronounced camphor or champhors? That's just like beveling the edges, right? Yeah, like this is too sharp. This could have it as well. The normals on the, I don't know what this is. Is this concrete? Because that's, I'm sorry if that sounds insulting. Because that looks like red concrete. So if it is, it definitely needs to be a lot weaker on those normals. Especially if it's supposed to be leather, I'm not sure. Maybe it is supposed to be concrete. This is nice. This texture along here, this is really nice. This receives the lighting really well. You've even got a nice reflection there of the tickets. That's really, really good. I like that. Because it's just softer. I think that's probably the big thing in this thing. You need to make things softer. This needs to be softer. This needs to be softer. This needs to have those probably more subtle. Because you've got like a tiling texture on it. Then you just, and then it's got like a, what it looks like decals dumped on top. Whereas if you actually made a texture for this, you'll get the grime come up from the ambient edges, like here, right? And you'll have that come in, so it'll be darker to lighter towards the middle, and then you'll have this, you'll have extra grunge in the middle. I don't know if it needs to be brighter. I put my comments in Discord, help. His brain explode. Yeah, sorry if I'm going a bit. Again, you don't always need to take what people are saying all to the extreme. Sometimes you don't need that advice and you have another workaround, for example. See, of these, so you can, if this is a physical mesh, you can actually set it up that casts light. To do that, if you haven't, sometimes it doesn't work very well, but sometimes it's great. If you go into your asset and write emissive, oh, but you'll have to bake it, unfortunately. But yeah, you can set up, use emissive, and then bake emissive. So I do have it actually casting its own light source. I didn't realize. So that's always useful. Yeah, look how strong those normals are. You can see it here. It doesn't look too bad here, but here, as the light catches the side. So I think normals need a little bit toned down. The roof looks good. I like that texture. And I like how it's receiving lighting from here. Monitors and stuff look good. There's something about the tickets I'm not... Like, they look good, but I'm not overly fond of it. And I don't know what it is, though. I know it's not very helpful, sorry. Is that a door there? This... I don't know. There's like a lack of detailing on this door. And then I don't... Is that a piece of wood over the top? Hard to tell. Maybe I should have it on a brighter monitor. But that's mostly it. So I'd say... decrease some of the normals. Again, I don't know what it's supposed to be, but it's really strong here as well. The grunge is... I think a lot of the grunge doesn't make sense. Having grunge randomly placed is great sometimes, but it makes more sense when you place it in areas where it would build up, which a lot of the time is corners of places, around here, probably around the bottom of here. You'll have dust on the surfaces up here. And then, like, here, look, there's, like, no AO. And AO, you need more AO. I don't know what happened with the AO, but, like, if that is a door, why has that not got any shade coming from it? You know what I mean? There's nothing. Yeah, that's, yeah. I agree if it's meant to be a band or not. Yeah. I mean, I think it's a really good start as well. Right? Like, this has the potential to look really cool. Yeah, that's mostly what I have to say about it. I know I kind of repeated kind of stuff towards the end, but yeah. I hope that was helpful. Oh. I always found it funny in university, because you'd say to someone, like... Oh, they'd be like, oh, what do you think to my work? And you give them an honest opinion. You'd be like, oh, well, the characters look really cool. You've got really good lighting, really good composition. But I think the textures could have a bit more looking into their texture density, because some stuff looks way too high texture compared to some of the low texture stuff. And maybe you could adjust some of the put bevels on the edges. And then they'd be like, well, your stuff sucks. I'm just like, you asked for my critique, and you've not even given me good critique in return. You just said it sucks. That always used to happen. People get so upset when you judge their work. And it's understandable, but... I want to redo him, but he's not a priority right now. When making anything, you need to understand what's priority and what's not. Jesus. Very, very important. Well, my uni was like mostly that. Well, my uni was like mostly that's nice, that's it. Oh, really? I wish people were like that for me. Freaking hardly anyone like you guys are so nice to have around. Like, you guys compliment my work so much. People always just say to me, "Oh, it sucks to always be complimented. I can't improve on anything." It only sucks being complimented all the time if you're not used to being insulted all the time. I always used to have my work insulted. Nobody would say anything particularly nice about my work. I would 100% take non-stop compliments of my work than non-stop just negative and not useful critique. You know? You need to hear something nice from time to time. It completely kills your motivation otherwise. Thank you. Once I get back from doing stuff, I'm fine. If I PM you about my AA stuff, I actually have been trying to add it, but it just doesn't work. Okay, yeah. It's probably because you've put the post-processing in, but not made it effective infinite area or extend to infinite. I can't remember what the option is. I've done so much work in 25 minutes. I actually worked today. Obviously, it's a Friday. I did some good work today. I made a really cool lava material. I can't show you guys. Hourglass. Backwood thing. That's him. Backwood thing. Whoops. Don't export yet. We want to do selected only. And actually, what else I want to do? Oh, I've not unwrapped it. Whoops. What? There is no way that's correct. No. That's the difference in texture density? That's like nothing. Is that really? Oh my god. That's after doing this. Wow. Pack Islands. I kind of want to grease up a little bit to at least. Oh, that's a good thing as well, what Route 1 just said. Always try to find reference in general. Like, if you've seen anything I've made, when I wanted to make this bed, I bet I could find the exact bed. You guys would have seen it on stream as well. Stylized bed. Bunk. So if we have a look at this... I can't find one. Is that the one I copied? Like, I looked at the design of one, and then I just went, we'll do something like that. So if we look at mine, so it's got these things at the back, which makes me feel like I copied this one. $3.99. Whoa. Because mine kind of looks like this at the back. But obviously I went a little bit, like the model looks similar, but I went a bit of a different direction in the actual art style. So we ended up with something like this. Is my lighting working yet? Nope. I can't remember how we enabled it, but... So yeah. So I used, obviously, reference, but I didn't... And I don't even have a bottom part. I left that part empty to put in other assets. Oh, I feel really hot. Is my window closed? Like, I'm physically sweating. The window is... Yeah, there's, like, condensation all around it. It must be warm in here. All right. Let's go. God. The outside looks okay. It definitely looks better like here now. I should book a week off work and just focus on finishing this scene. We're going to be very... I'm going to try to be very productive tomorrow. On the scene, when I stream again, obviously. I feel like I have to go into Adobe here. I feel like ignoring an actual decent unwrap here is going to bite me in the butt. So we will do a decent unwrap. Is it good to... Do I not have one with the shovel? I swear I made one with the shovel. Look, I got this. got one with a pickaxe in it. And I'm pretty sure I made one with a shovel. Do I have the shovel as a separate mesh? No. That is interesting. Oh. Okay. So we want this back part in. So let's delete what we got. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, because it's got it. Oh, no, it doesn't. Ah. Interesting. Very interesting. All right. So let's... What I want to do is I want to set the origin point in a decent location. Because I kind of want to manually place a lot of the stuff. I know I haven't been, and I should redo it. So I do that. Perfect. Unhide. Bring you down. Re-export that. Boom. Do I pull it back? Don't think I need to. Let's jump into here. Desktop. Saver. Stop that. There you go. Oh, it's like boat stuff. Is it called? Was it not boat assets? Balcony, bridge planks. What did I just export it to? Flying boat scene assets, right? Am I blind? Floating rock floor. Did I export it to a different desktop? Oh, I didn't export it to a desktop. Whoops. Let's just go to there then. Adobe blends in. I don't know why they felt. Well, no, I know why they changed the logo, but man, your logo was so much better. Let's do 1K. Again, if you're doing something for a personal project, don't worry too much about the resolution. You want it. I've said it like in the last stream. You want it enough that it shows off that you can practically make in-game assets. But equally, you want to show what you can push to the limit and like make look good. Because if you make something that's 10 million polygons and got 8K textures on it, and it's just like a single gun, and then go, yeah, it's game ready, it's clearly not. But if you have a gun, so let's say a handgun's supposed to be 10,000 tries. Let's say you make a gun that's 50,000 tries. And let's say a gun usually has a 1K texture. Let's say you use a 2K or even a 4K. It shows off what you can do, and you could always reduce that to show an actual in-game one. So you could reduce the poly count to 10K. You could reduce the textures to 1K. You can even do that in Engine. And then zoom out and show, look, it works in Engine. It just doesn't look so pretty when you're like this close. That's how I feel about it anyway. I know a lot of people disagree with that sentiment. But I feel like that's how you should go about doing it. Cool, more of a chunky wood. Let's hide that for a second. I know some people just say, oh no, just don't care about poly count, don't care about textures, just show you can do something cool. And I would agree with that if I've not literally seen companies in the past critique something for not showing poly count, not showing textures. I've literally had a friend that said they wouldn't even see people who didn't show off their poly count or textures on the models because it doesn't, like, it means they got to take extra time reviewing that person to see if he's game ready with his assets. So it really depends where you're applying. Some places probably won't mind and other places will. I obviously like making everything for Engine. Yeah, I keep some things high poly and I keep some things low poly. Well, not necessarily. I keep things very high poly because I want to make something look cool. And it still works out 120 FPS, so it does technically still work in game. So I'm not too against the way I do things. Oh, man. I got 6 hours last night, but like I am exhausted. Are you guys the kind of people who are tired all the time like me? It doesn't matter when it is. I'm just always tired. Oh, whoops. I saved that as a PGM. I try to act bubbly. I feel like acting bubbly and feel like you act like you've got energy kind of gives you more energy. I mean, it doesn't, but it does. Like, acting like you've got energy, I feel like just gives you energy. Even though it's quite hard to do sometimes. Don't like how that's looking. But yeah, Elden Ring's really fun. I'm really enjoying that lately. Obviously, last week I didn't ditch streams to it. I kind of just thought, well, most people just gotta not watch because they're playing Elden Ring anyway. Oh my god, this isn't picking up any of that detail. Chunky wood? Chunky wood? Really? Should I have exported it as a higher res? Oh, he says we're exporting it as 1K. 2K. Because even if I use a 1K, if it's higher res, it should pick apart more detail, and then I can lower that detail. Alright, so I'll both of those off. And rebake. Cool. Still not picking up as much as I thought it would. Alright. It's like reverse. Like the ambient, the AO is not too bad, but the edge detection's terrible. If we come into curvature, we change it up. I'm not gonna lie, I come into it and I just mess with these settings so we get like we want. Aha! There you go, like that. So there, we're picking up that a bit more. There you go. It's a cool effect here. And then lastly, we just want to do our normal thing of black mask, add generator, position. Generator position. I want to invert you. I want to set to an overlay. Remember to turn off everything but color. A lot of these things you'll do that with. You'll turn off everything but color to make it look a bit better. To make it look a bit better. To only affect the color, because if you affect the roughness and stuff, you'll start messing things up. Like, you don't want the top of your object more reflective just because it's the top of your object, but you want it to be lighter as if more sun's hitting it. I mean, unless you're doing something like you're putting dust on it, obviously, then you're going to want dust to look pretty rough. But yeah, it's all dependent on what you're actually looking for. Do something like this. Turn this more here. Maybe not up, maybe less of that. Like this. Cool. About that. I want to come into here. And this down, make it more subtle, I think. Same with you, make you a bit more subtle like that. Kind of looks weird on here, but it's an outside asset. I don't think we're going to care too much. And then lastly, we want to put some metal on here. Probably shoot for an hour and a half today, I think. The tiredness is catching up with me. People always say they get tired when they get older. I've always just been a tired lad. Like, it didn't seem to matter what age I was. I was just always so tired. That's better. To be fair, we don't want him that color anyway. We want it to be brass, I'd say. Oh, that said, I should have probably grabbed the brass material. Brass. Stylized brass. Or this brass. No, definitely that brass. Do you guys ever feel bad if you critique someone's work, like you're just putting their work down? I don't feel like I feel that way, but I feel like that's because a lot of times people ask me. I can make it darker at the back here because I know it does attach to a wall. But yeah, a lot of time people ask me to critique their stuff, so I don't feel too bad about it. I do love it when someone someone you didn't ask for critique just turfs up. Oh man, it sucks. Okay, who are you? Happened a lot in university. Because obviously there's people just walking around looking at people's work. So they're able to just walk around and tell you that your work sucks. Cool. I think that's probably good enough. Because that's all we're looking for with this asset. It's not going to be anywhere important. We're just looking for good enough. Like, back here, your bed. I'm still confused about the shovel. I swear to God, I had a shovel. Would I have removed it for some reason? Oh, you know what? Let's actually put stuff in the right folders. So, in here. Actually, I'd say this is a... Oh, hello. You good? You before I cancelled it. Are you... Oh! Why is everything really low res now? Why is that Unreal? No? You're just gonna... Oh! When I load it up, it got higher res again. Oh, that was a weird angle. I thought there was like a weird line on that, but it's not. It's just like a step. Is this low res as well? I can't tell now. It is! Why have you done this? That's not low res, right? No, that's what it's supposed to look like. I liked this, having this like here. Like a little, oh, it's got low res again! What is going on? Stop it. Stop it. What? Unreal, please. I never hurt you. Why are you trying to hurt me? We're going to close it. And because I haven't changed anything, because I need to add this. Baby, don't hurt me no more. What is Unreal Engine? Baby, don't hurt me no more. Alright, we need to delete you out. Cool. We need to get... It looks kind of cool, actually, without that on. Yeah, I've made it now. We'll put it on. There was a thing of, like, adding too much. But I think that's fine. Backward thing. Great name. We want to bake transformations, I believe. How big do I need to make it? 50. Blender's really weird with exporting. Because when I export it, not from the other way, I need to make it 50% the size. So I need to change it to 0.5 scale. When I import it with the vertex thing I just clicked, I need to do the opposite. No, not the opposite. I need to times it by 50 to get it to the size you see in Blender. Not sure what does that. It's probably a very good reason that I'm just confused about. Because I'm always confused. Life's hard. Textures. Backward thing. Don't know what. Select all. The underscore backward thing. I can have a chair there, to be honest. I can have a bunch of stuff behind there that she just like keeps there. Cool, and then we want to go master basic. Yeah. Create material. Am I backward thing? Backward. Throw that onto here, which obviously is incorrect. Open this up. Because the way, for those of you who have not seen, the way we've got this set up at the moment is it's a basic material, some parameters, just so I can change the saturation, so change the color a little bit. Just so there's a bit of control over it. And then I just gotta drag in the new textures. Like that. Is that clipping? No, it's fine. Let's just bring you back then. I think. So, this isn't baked yet, admittedly, so it might get a bit darker, but for now, we're going to color, and I'm going to just turn it down a little bit. Like that. Now, you shouldn't be getting too close to this anyway, but that does change. So this is probably fine. Open this up. Surprising, because it does look lower res than... Oh well. Close this, save it. Pop it in. No, that's my lava material. Again, I wish I could show you guys my lava material. It looks very cool. The game I'm making at the moment... I don't know if I'm allowed to say what I'm working on. Hopefully, I'll be able to show you guys some more of that. It did have... Oh, well, it doesn't anymore, actually. I was going to say, it did have a demo. It doesn't anymore. Hi, Steve. You gave me a rose. Hey, IBM Motion. How's it again, man? I feel like I've been talking to myself the last 10 minutes. We did have some conversation going on. You guys don't need to converse all the time. Obviously, it's nice to reply to your comments, but I know a lot of you put me in the background just to hear my lovely voice. But, you know... I've had people weirdly comment on how quote unquote nice my voice is. Like they're just like, oh yeah, I could fall asleep listening to your voice. I'm like, okay. Thank you. I'm not sure if I wanted to know that. So if I move you, do you change color? You do a little bit, yeah. So it is baked, so this will get a bit darker anyway. We could stack some stuff here. I'm not sure what really. I mean, I like the chest being there. I'm just annoyed that I don't have a shovel. I swear I made a shovel for it. I'm getting mental. Oh, you know what? I'm not seeing live chat. I'm seeing top chat, and I know what top chat's like. I'll sometimes miss things. Not to say I have, but just in case. Live chat. There you go. See, we've got like the difference in color here, but I don't think that's too big of a deal. Like, because if we go up here, the color matches more, right? Oh, no, it is a tiny bit different. Which door is this? Oh, this is a new door. This is like my slightly older style. Well, these two aren't. Oh, God. What do you look like in your own? I can't reuse you. The assets that can't be reused, I'm trying to put into the level components. So what I mean by level components is it's stuff that will only work in this level. Whereas all this stuff... Jesus Christ. Thank you, Mattia. Why is that doing the normal sound? That should be doing like my voice. Thank you, Mattia, for subscribing. Again, I don't know if it shows you people who subscribe while watching or people who subscribe in general. Like, did that person watch my tutorial and then click subscribe? Sarah, the trap. Could I reuse the trapdoor? Oh, yeah, actually, I could. That's fine. Could reuse the potatoes, reuse the map, reuse the cobwebs, reuse the mug that says Merry Christmas on it. Okay. Okay. Let's go to my content. Combine walls. SM. Combine walls. And then we pop that into level components. Here we go again, guys. We're sorting assets again. Is this one being used? Apparently so. Is this one being used? Yes. Is this one being used? Yes. Okay. Floor bit. SM underscore floor. What is that? Oh, right. Yeah, they're floor components. You technically... Oh my god. You're technically not a floor, a level component. So we'll pop you into props because they can be reused. This can't be reused. All the texture you're using substance? A mix. We've got 3 types of way to texture things. 2 ways do include substance. 1 way includes ZBrush. And 1 way is just in UE4. The way that's in UE4 is we've got a texture. Either you make it, find it, whatever you want. And it just tiles across things. Same here, just a tiling texture. If you double click in it, you can obviously change parameters. I say obviously, you don't necessarily will have that, but like, make it thingy or make it chunkier. Which I might actually do. Is that changing that as well? No, it's not. Make it 2. That looks better, chunkier. So that's 1 way of doing it. Other way is Substance Painter, and it's what I just did. So if we open up our last one we just did, where basically I use this texture that is on the tiling textures, but I go into Substance, apply it in there, then I use that as our normal map, and then you take all that detail and it gives you like this, all of this in there. So like this. Which honestly doesn't look as good as I would have hoped. This looks like... doesn't look too bad from here. Anyways, I won't sit on it too long. And then the last way we do it, have I got an example that is not work related I can show you? No, everything's work related that in my substance documents right now. But the last way is we go into ZBrush, like I showed you guys before. I do a high poly, bake it down, and then I use this to get, I use substance to get that information. So yeah, 2 ways uses substance, 1 way is just a tiling texture. Yes. Sorry, that was a bit dust on my screen. This is actually a flat color, and I still don't know why we get a dark spot here. Like, you can see that it is weird, but the model does it look fine in here. I can't remember how to get my light working again. I know we had an issue, right? I can't remember what the issue was. It was like in here, right? Then I turned off and on like the Skylight. No. Oh. Well, that works. Yeah, look, we don't get that. Oh, we get a weird thing here. Interesting. But we don't get that effect here. I don't know. But look how blotchy it looks, though. That is interesting. that just because of the way that the lighting works? Yeah, look how blotchy it is. Technically, it's not a bad thing that it's blotchy because it does make it look a bit more like it's more than just a flat color. But equally, I don't like this. I don't like that we get a dark spot here. It really annoys me. We've got cobwebs here. Whoa. Okay. Let's continue. I know this isn't the most exciting thing in the world. But that is. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I should be doing this off stream. I just can't find the time right now. So I do apologize for those of you who have to sit here. You don't have to. You can leave. Please don't. But those of you who sit here and watch me do this. Does this have a bottom to it? No, it doesn't. See, the versatility... Obviously, when you make something, you want to delete the sides that you're not going to use. So we use it here. So we don't need a bottom. But sometimes, if you want it to be more versatile, actually making the whole thing means you can place it in other places and it will look really nice. Like if I wanted to have this just like on its side, pressed like against the wall, like she's got this spare plate laying around, I can't because we've not got a back face. We've not got like the bottom of it. I could in a way do this and have it. But again, you'll probably see the back and it's not very good. So sometimes it's better to say screw it and go the whole mile with how much detail you want it's like, and not delete the faces you don't quote unquote need. With a cylinder here, look at that. So I got a top and bottom to it. Same here, same principle here. It's still reusable because if you've got like two walls, you know, I could do a lot of stuff with that. Like I could do a top and bottom like we've got here. Or I could do something like this. Move that. Lock it. There you go. Do something like this. Make it thinner. There you go. And then we could have like a beam. And we've reused the asset in some way. But it has to intersect with a wall because I don't have ends to it now. If we do something like that. We've got this beam, that looks fine. But if I wanted it to poke through the wall, like this, we don't have an end to it. So that's just a floating thing. So yeah, I sometimes sit there and do think to myself, maybe I should have made it. Platform, what's that? I could use that as like steps. Like over here. I did not make the colouring look similar to that at all. Jesus. I really should try to replicate it at the very least. If we go into here. Looks more like it. It needs to bake as well, admittedly. How to get spider house. How to get a spider house. A what? Yeah, see, now it doesn't replicate out here very well, which means I'd have to change the colour for this as well. That. But then that doesn't match it either. Does the chair not match it in here then? Huh. It's surprising how much more orange it looks. It's maybe just there. Maybe when it bakes, we'll get more orange on it. So it looks terrible in here at the moment. 0.05. Or 0.05? 0.5. We've got some of this. I kind of just want it to be pressed up against the wall, just like she's got like a random stool thing. I know we have stools already, but there's always benefit to having more of the same sort of asset. Curve to the side a little bit. And boom. We have something else to place in here. Nice. Again, hopefully that looks fine when it's baked, otherwise we won't keep it. Pop down our props. Metal frame cover. Oh, that's this, right? So that, again, is an object that we want to put into our level components. Because, again, they are unused. Railings. Level components. The railing almost isn't a level component. So the ropes I should have done separately, because that I could reuse those. Right now, they're a level component, but I might remake them. These ropes and that wooden shelf are normal props. The sign's a normal prop. Wow. When you actually break down how much I've made for this scene, it's not a tremendous amount. Like, look. That's it. That's crazy. And if we go into level components, we've not got too much extra. Now, I'll admit, I've been a little lazy making the scene, but still, that's very shocking. And that goes into our material tab. Already exists. Is that not being used? It's not. I can delete it. Cool. We want to go into our floating rock stuff, and I don't think we're using any of this anymore. It's in the new boat, but that's fine. I can still force delete that. Cool. Got level components. That's fine. All SM, all named correctly. Are these all named correctly? No, we need an SM after that. Cool. Otherwise, that looks pretty good. Oh, that's for the spline. Right. Edge railing. Oh, right. Okay. This needs to go into our prop. No, it doesn't. This needs to get... Are we using this? We are. Okay. So I guess these need to go into our level components. Please explain the lighting about this project. Okay. So... I've messed with the lighting a lot, because the problem with this scene is we want it to look good on the outside and look good on the inside. So on the inside, we've got a lot of... We select them all. We've got a lot of point lights, right? That help lighten up the scene interior-wise. Because we want to have sort of the illusion that we've got a lot of light bounces, right? God, this looks so much better on my better monitor. Like, it's a lot more saturated and contrasted. It doesn't look as contrasted. It still looks alright. So that they get those lighting from there. And they're very simple. They have some stretched on it. So if we do this, you'll see that. So when you bake, or in general, when you, oh whoops, I shouldn't have clicked undo. I got to rebake that now. Oh well. It's causes a wider light because you want to simulate bounces that aren't actually there. Here, these, if I'm correct. Emissive are also generating a small light source. It's only a very small light source from what I remember, but they are producing a little bit of light. So we got our objects actually producing a little bit of light too. I can actually put that on here. Boom. I don't know how well that'll look. Let's put it on 2.5 and see how it looks. But that should cast a little bit of blue lighting here and a little bit around itself. Come into here. So I actually have a second light for this scene, because if we come into our camera here, now this looks cool and all, like, oh yeah, that's nice, but I thought what would even look nicer is if we get one of the directional lights, and when I turn it up, we get this really nice piercing effect of the lighting come through. I really like that. So we've got that working as well. You can have it obviously more subtle, but that, I only turn that on when I want to take a picture of that scene specifically. I've got another camera somewhere. Oh yeah, on the outside I had this camera angle too. So yeah, a lot of... The textures are doing it again. What's it doing? Why? Texture dot or streaming dot pool size. 8,000. No, that's not causing it. What are you doing? Why do you drop? Are you doing it as well? And you're fine. Sex. Hello, the PC Xbox. Thank you for your insightful comment. Sorry, I was really excited because someone messaged me. And then when it comes to the directional lighting, I already have a person on my boat right now. But I want to redo her a little bit because she's kind of janky right now. She doesn't even have eyelids. But yeah, we got her. But no, I think I'm going to keep it pretty empty because at the end of the day, I'm an environment artist, so I want to show off the environment rather than characters. I'm not very good at making characters anyway. But yeah, like down here, obviously there's a lot of stuff there, but I guess it's got to just be like as if she had people over for a feast and now they're like left. Oh, got a bit of that there. Yeah, so we've got obviously her. She's it. But I do want to do some small animations with her. Only very subtle ones. Anyways, I was explaining the lighting. So yeah, and then we've got 3 directional lighting. One of them I showed you causes the light to come in here when we turn it up. Obviously, you'd only have it on maybe 5, 4. So it looks quite nice when you're in here. You've got our lighting. That sponge is wet. It is, yes. Look at that. Technically, to make it more wet at the bottom, which you can do for a material, actually. We've got our light source 2, and all these stars is, if we come into here and we have cast shadow. Cast shadow is turned off, right? It's basically so... Why is that pitch black? What the heck? I mean, he doesn't look too bad when I turn on this lighting, but why does he get so dark? What's his light map resolution like? Am I blind? Light map, rig rotation, environment lighting. Oh, I'm on the wrong... Oh my god. I'm on the wrong settings. 1 second. So you're in here. I'm just looking at here. Let's see. Oh, my lighting is back. There you go. In here, it looks fine. Light map resolution is pretty low. Maybe just needs it turned up. So go 512. And we'll turn... Oh god, I'm blind. Light map. Oh, he's got a light map resolution of 4. That'd be why. Jesus. So he'll be brighter now. No. He'll be brighter now because he's unbaked, admittedly. But yeah, hopefully he'll get bigger. Anyways, yeah, this light source is basically just making all the dark areas a little lighter. Because they're so dark that you can't even see. So this basically just helps make those get a little bit brighter. I keep changing it to get, because even that's dark. Because I can never tell what I prefer. But, because when you're out here, it's not got too big of an effect. When you're in here... So I'm not sure about that. Have we got... Specular Scale. That's probably what I want to do. Yeah. So, turning down the Specular Scale just means it gets brighter without making it shinier, which is perfect. I think. We'll check when we're down here. So... It makes those go shiny, and then it turns it off. You know what? We'll go in between. We'll keep some of that shine. And then the last light source, which is our base one. It's just that one. So he's in. He's going in the direction. He's just casting lighting. We've got some post-processing changes. We'll delete that. You'll see the difference. Go from that to that. So a little bit of bloom, little bit change on the ore exposure. I think we got some saturation in there. See, look how different it looks in here. Whereas, boom, keeps it kind of darkish, which is what I want. I always look at this and feel like I want more saturation, and then the next day I'll go, no, that was too much. Because obviously you can go boom and add some saturation, but I don't know. Let me have a look on this monitor. I should look at the better monitor when I do this. Yeah, I don't think we need it. In fact, I low-key want to turn down the saturation. This cupboard, this shelf annoys me. Look how dark it is, man. Should I, is it because of the directional lighting? Should I be moving this around? Oh, I've got a skylighting as well, sorry. And that's set to stationary. If you set to movable, you do get some interesting changes. But, like, the skylighting doesn't change anything in here unless I turn off Cast Shadow. I know that's obviously way too over the top. If I change Cast Shadow, it will brighten up everything. So I'm kind of stuck between if I want this or not. Because it will help brighten up some of the areas that get too dark, like in here, obviously. Like that. I mean, can I come into here and turn off the specular in here? It's definitely a hard one, and I've been having a lot of issues with what I actually want to do with the skylighting. Because it seems to work the best on stationary. I can't remember where I had it now. Yeah, like that. But, like, again, we want it to look good on the outside and inside. So when I go to change this, and make it like 10, for example, obviously it gets really bright. We're not changing really anything on the inside. See what I mean? So it's hard to get a good balance. Something I've been struggling with a lot, to be honest. We've got our lower hemisphere lighting, which again only really affects the outside from what I remember. You look. Just look at the options now. Yeah. Oh, and then we've got loads of reflection spheres as well. Obviously, without those, you'll lose like some of your reflection quality. But yeah, lots of little bits that are in here. It's so hard to tell how I want my lighting done. I feel like reducing the saturation is annoying me now. I could sit here all day messing with minor options. Because you can even like turn this up, make it appear brighter overall. Which is obviously very, very over the top. Keep it at 0 obviously, and then you can, oh, sorry, 0.1, 0.2. You can start changing that exposure to be a bit brighter. But again, you got to care about the outside. That becomes very bright if we do that. I mean, maybe a 0.5 because it's supposed to kind of be bright on the outside. Anyways, let's organize some more things. What's this? What a railing. So... Oh, what the heck? Oh no, that is supposed to be wood. I thought it was supposed to be metal. But I feel like I've changed the lighting now loads. Is it because it's not baked? It looks worse. Kind of want to go into here. Yeah, the lighting's definitely different, right? I've got to get you back in, but it's fine. I feel like lighting can be so finicky. See, I really like my backpack asset, but I don't want to place it everywhere, you know? I feel like that's just overusing it. Like, I could place it, like, down here. It needs to be baked, but that's fine. And have a bag set up against our, fishing pole. Like, I could do that. But then you come in here, obviously, and we've got one here. Oh, I did make a shovel. It's just not on the chest. Got one here. I feel like night light. Is it the nightlight throwing me off? I don't know. The lighting just feels off to me. Maybe I'm just going crazy. So character, I won't... Wait, character props? Alright. I won't look at that too much right now. Edge railing, I could probably delete all those now. Yep. We could put that into our materials. Yep. And then we could delete edge railing. We could file save first, and then we could delete edge railing. There's nothing in there. Okay. We can fix up redirected folders. Hey, moderate. How's it going, man? Oh my god. Are you good? There you go. Delete this. Cool. Entire boat. So there's a lot of this that I want to try to delete. Like how much... Oh, I should have done that. It's going to take a long time to load. Good, good, good. How much of this isn't being used anymore? So quite a few of it still. Oh, but it's being used at different levels. I should probably get rid of boat and new boat. Whoops. Boat and new boat. Cool. And that's coming to our content folder. Trying to be a bit more organized. I did do this as well. Oh, that's floating. This made a little back part. Did I not make a shovel for your chest, moderate? Or texture? And I know you made the actual model. So these... Wait, which one's referenced? You. 59. You're referenced. Yeah, I can delete all of you. What are you? Oh, you're this. Right. Well, I can delete you for now to help me get save all. To help me get rid of it from here. Am I using you? Nope. I made it sure, but I thought I made it though. I can't find it anywhere. I don't seem to have the shovel. Like, I have one on my... on here. 126 is being used. It's fine. We'll delete all those. 126. Apple 126. How many apples have I placed? What even is that? Well, that can go. Save all. So if I can get rid of all this, that'll really organize up my project. So we'll go just chunks at a time. 169. I did something with it though. It exists, right? I feel like it exists somewhere. Maybe I should just search my computer for shovel, because that's what I would have called it. Oh, that's got a lot of references. Oh, so does that. 2, 3, 2, 4, 5. So that'd be 2, 4, 5. So boom, 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 boom. Boom. Is this the one that's being used? 189. Ah, it is. Okay. So we'll go SM underscore boat hole. Okay. And we'll put that into our level components. Search for it in World Outliner. I am. I should have swore you, unless I said something else. Also, how's it going? Popoxo. Popoxo? How's it going, man? I don't think I've seen you before. I could be wrong, though. This thing like, yeah, I'm here every week. You don't remember me? I made shovel, you made a little pickaxe. Yeah, but you made the model, right? And then I still textured it. The pickaxe is from... Was that not from another project, or did I make it for this? Either way, I swear we still had a shovel. One, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 4, 5, 8. 1, 4, 5, 8. 1, 4, 5, 8. Right? Yeah. So these are being used. I'll look at those in a minute. Wow, the first 4 are being used there. Don't worry. Oh, I opened all of them. I was like, what the hell am I doing? You don't remember me, Jackie, first time hit. Nice. I'll give you a tour. Have a look. I don't know why. I don't know if I'm just staring at it too long, but the lighting looks messed up. I think I've just been staring at it too long. We got some random junk placed everywhere. Because I want this... I didn't see the sad face you put out. Is that a winky sad face? Yeah, I want to be able to... I want to make this a packaged thing so you guys can fly around and just find random items laying around. I think that'd be really cool. Oh my. Did I just delete that by accident? I did. Oh yeah, we've got this room, which is just our little intro room. I remember you took it off the bedroom chest because you originally had cloth draped over it. Maybe you just copied it from the room bunch? Maybe. I feel like I definitely did it. That's a nice paint job on the assets. You made them yourself. Yeah, everything's made by me. Right? Yeah, everything's made by me. There's probably 1 or 2 things that came engine side, but in general, yeah. Even the light rays are made by me. They're an asset. Yeah, this has been a really fun project. What, we're at episode like 78 or something? It's been a slow burner, to be honest. I could have done the scene way faster than I have, but it's been a bit of a slow burner. But it's been really fun to make. Substance painter, yeah, it's substance painter. Mostly. Yeah, I can't imagine I used anything else, right? I literally just used substance painter earlier to make something. I made this backlight real fast. You know what? This rudder is way too detailed for what it needs to be. Like, you won't get close to this. You'll be like here. But it looks nice. I like how it turned out. It's good. Organize more files. So the first 4 would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. First 7. Jesus. Let's just start a new line then. First and last. None of them. I'm trying to get through these as quick as possible, and then we'll actually sort out the ones that are duplicated. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the problem when you don't like initially have your stuff. You don't initially start placing it in the Unreal Engine, because what I did obviously to make all this was I made it in Blender, as you've seen. I've seen a long time ago. This only took me like 3 streams or something, right, to make this. And then if you fly around like it's the exact same thing. Obviously, you got these like you got this here, right here. There you go. But yeah, obviously it's all made in Blender. But I think it makes more sense to make the assets and then place them in Unreal Engine. I did it this way because I don't usually do it this way, and I know this is a way to do it. But I think the way to go is probably to actually build it in the Unreal Engine if you want it in the Unreal Engine. Or at least get it all UV mapped and stuff in Blender. Get it all 100% done in Blender, all UV mapped and textured, and then basically just export it to UE4 because it will generate all the materials for you if you've got them in Blender. This scene reminds me of the what? Eugene Heaven benchmark. Maybe not called that. The what? What did you just say to me? Wow, nice. All of these not being used because that'd be very convenient. Whoa. Whoa. What about all these? Hell yeah. We're blasting through it now. All of these? Yeah. All of these? Oh. Oh, just one. Like 5th from the end. So like here. Nice. They're clearly being used in some way, shape, or form. So we go 018. Yep, that's fine. So we'll go SM placed door _1 because we have 2 placed doors. Pop that in our level components. Saves you having random transforms everywhere. Yeah, pretty much. Like my boss, who's worked in the industry for a long time, literally made a scene the exact same way. But I have to say, let's go placed door. I have to say placed door. I have to say, I do think the way I used to do it, which was just place it all in UE4, is definitely where to go. Any specific reason to not bake the whole ship as well mesh and paint it completely on top? Because you would not get a decent enough texture resolution. Even now, if we look at this, this. Maybe if you're making, like, obviously, in Blender or something. But if you're looking to make something like this work in real time, this is tiled 8.5 times. This texture has a 2K resolution. So times 2K by 8 times, right? So times it by 4. So that technically counts as, like, 2 4K textures. This is like having 2 4K textures on just this surface. Right? So, like, I could tell this more. Have even thinner plates. You know what I mean? I can adjust its color and stuff. So yeah, it's because having them separate components, you can tile stuff easier, and then you can make certain things have actual textures, like this front part is done through textures. But mostly, a lot of it's just tile textures because it's unrealistic to make this whole thing a baked texture. Oh yeah, I do animation, not games. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for animation, you can go wild. I remember doing stuff in Blender years ago, and I'd have like essentially 16K texture on something insane like that, because you can tile it insane amount, and then use textures built-in node system to go, oh, do this, and make dust appear on the top of stuff. That's not as feasible, obviously, in a game engine, because you have to limit how high your texture resolution is. Shouldn't have clicked save, apparently. Come on. There you go. If you've not seen my stuff before, Pipoxo, I'd recommend checking out the ArtStation, because I do a lot of different stuff. Or I've been working on the scene for ages, but ignoring the fact that I've been working on the scene for ages, I usually do quite a lot of different stuff. Oh. See, can I just remove these references? They're not like... That's really annoying. You can do it with nanites and stuff, but I've already seen limitations that people are not aware exist. So you'd be surprised 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But nanites aren't necessarily even to do with that's the model resolution. Texture resolutions are still probably gonna have issues anyway. Check out Love Hand Painted 3D. Well, technically I don't hand paint it. I do my own technique of replicating hand painted. Or I say that actually. One scene. I'll show you this one scene. You can look at the other stuff yourself because I don't want to run through my art station. This scene was all hand painted. Like everything here I brought into substance and I literally painted it all. There's the train. I was gonna say, when's the train coming in? You can download the release version of it now. Nice. Oh, so UE5 is actually finally released. Sweet. I'll probably start making stories for it now then. Looks great. Thank you. This is not mine. This is just me looking at Google earlier. One, two, four. Oh. Wait, no. It's gonna go random. Nice. There's so many assets that were just dragged straight into this scene. It's nuts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. God, freaking nails. No, I'm just gonna delete those nails. I can replay. I've already got the nails placed on a actor that we can place around. How many of the nails were? Separate meshes, man. Yeah, I knew it. Wow. 1, 2, 3, and that was 2, right? Oh no, or was it 1? Got to shoot by. Have a good one, man. What kind of animation work do you do, Pipoxo? I'll be streaming an hour and a half. I said I'd only stream an hour and a half, so you're getting extra time out of me right now. I do really wish I could show off some of my work. Some of the work I've been making right now at work is really cool, but I can't show any of it off, and it makes me very sad. So these lanterns I actually think are placed, yeah. Which I should probably delete. Like, yeah, look, I have a lantern asset. So what I should do is find all the lanterns we do have laying around, like this one, and replace it with the lantern asset. Oh my god, it's like double the size. Doing 2D animation for many years, but now this year I'm getting into 3D. That's cool. I used to love 2D animation. I used to sit there. I don't know how much you might know. Not Flash, but I used to sit there and Flash all the time and making these stupid stickman animations and stuff. And some of them came out pretty cool. I remember doing one in university. No, in college, sorry. Where I got the stickman to walk between all the, not walk, but like he opened one door up and then on one monitor, so on this monitor, he would go to the edge of the screen and then open up a door. And on this monitor, loads of water flooded in and stuff. That was really fun. I'm so sad there's probably no video evidence of that because it probably doesn't look as good as I remember, but it was just such a cool little animation. Learning UE, Blender, and Substance, the Triforce, the perfect trio of software, in my opinion. I think Blender, Maya, Blender, UE4, and Substance are the way to go because you can do everything with it. You can do your animation, your modeling, your texturing, your sculpting with Blender. I prefer ZBrush, but Blender's not bad either. We made this little guy in Blender, sculpting him and then baking him down. Oh, there's a scene there. Let's pretend we didn't see that. Because these were all modeled and then they were baked. If we get a light, you can probably see the normal map. You can't. Does it not have a normal map? Oh, it does. You can see when it goes here. Very weak normal map. Never realized that. Do you do the animation on Blender or Unreal? I'm not an animator. I very rarely do some animation for my company right now, but I'm not a very trained animator at all. I usually animate in Blender because in Unreal, because you animate in Blender, then you export it into Unreal, and you basically use animation sets. Trying to learn to make control rigs for the arcade. Yeah. I've done that before. I've done it in Maya, though. I don't know how to actually animate very well in Blender. She technically has a rig on her. Does she animate, though? No. Sitting? No, it's just a solid pose. Yeah. Fireboat. So I kind of just want to do this. And then go boom and just say screw it. There's got to be a way to deselect all the ones that are referenced. Right? Because that would make so much more sense that it just deletes all the unreferenced ones. It's weird. I feel like that should be an option. Oh, UE controlled rig, right. I know a couple of animators, but I don't know any animators who actually... What's going on here? Oh, what? It's this one. There you go. I actually don't know any animators who animate in UE. All of them I know. Not to say you can't do it. All the ones I know animate outside and then bring it in. I really wish I could show off some of my work lately. I made a really cool scene in like 4 hours at my job. And it just came out so beautifully. But I can't show it. Because it's under NDA, obviously. And it makes me very, very sad. I'd love if my work gave me permission and they were like, oh no, Steve, go crazy. Show off your work on your streams. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Show off your work on your streams. I see there. That's got a shovel on it. Yeah, I almost always want the character to interact with the environment. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, again, I'm not an animator. Like, it's probably a very viable thing to do. You know what I mean? No, I'm saying. I feel like I already do so many jobs at my job. I actually made a list the other day, and I was like, I'm the lighting composition artist, the environment artist, the prop artist, I'm the lead artist, I'm the particle artist, I'm the technical artist. Technical without the programming. I do basically everything else that the technical artist would do. I do shaders and material artists, which kind of could come into technical art. I technically am I'm not always the camera artist. Sometimes I set up cameras. What else do I do? Oh, I edit videos for the company, so I guess I'm a video editor. Like, I feel like I do so much. And I'm not necessarily against it. I like having lots of little jobs. But sometimes it's hard to bounce between all these different types of jobs and still keep that drive. Have you made Toon Shaders? Yeah. I made a Toon Shader for that last scene I just showed you. Like that last scene. I know I'm going back into it now. This has a Toon Shader on it. It's not too toony. What it does is it makes an outline around all our assets, and it takes away some of the lighting entirely to give it more of a flat color. Not entirely, just some of the light still works, but it's not as intense as you'd imagine. And it gives it more of a cartoony look. Definitely doesn't look as good when you get close, but that's not the point. The point is it's supposed to look good from this angle. I mostly do work is almost always a bit of everything. Yeah. I think the weird part is that I feel like I'm one of the few people in the company who have to do that many jobs. Sure, there are people who have to do 2, maybe 3 different jobs, but mostly the people are doing 1. While I'm sitting here like, I'm a man who's doing 8 jobs. Very boring work today, obviously. Oh, whoops. Obviously. I like doing camera angles, though. I'm an outline enthusiast. It does look cool. I have to admit, when I was doing that old scene and I got that thick outline, like if I loaded it up recently, so it shouldn't take too long to load. I could be wrong. It shouldn't take too long to load. If it doesn't have the shaders compiled, I will just close it instantly because it will make my computer die with 2 projects open. And I've got a good computer. Oh, stop it. I keep deleting her by accident. Like I said before, I should tidy all this up outside of streaming, but it's really hard to find the time right now. Because I'm a man who likes to have free time to enjoy himself, like I'm playing Elden Ring at the moment. And sure, I could do this stuff when I'm playing Elden Ring instead, but I don't want to because I want to play Elden Ring. It's a lazy attitude, but I work 40 hours a week, and I try to do this for you guys. I mainly do this because I want to show you guys how to do stuff. With Pipoxo, who's not been here very much. That's the main reason I stream. If you ever want to learn anything, like, oh, Steve, how do you do this? I will try to show you how to do it. That is the idea. So I bet all these are being used, yes. But where? Like 079. Oh, so those are those ones. So will that be all of... Yeah. Because the reason I want to get rid of those is because we have a foliage asset for it. Single. Wow, they're tiny. Let's increase the size. 0.45 to 0.5. We don't want a huge variant, I wouldn't say. There you go. So we got those back instantly. Wow, 2 of those are being used. That is... let's just... Actually, we'll go through them individually. So we knew that was being used, and that was not being used, should I say. Being used. So we're going to have to go through those individually. It is funny seeing people starting out and go, oh, Steve, I need help. Then I help them. And then like a year later, they're like a million times better than me. And I'm like, I mean, I'm not really a jealous person, that kind of stuff. But I'll sit there like, damn. Like, how are they making so much progress? I like to think my progress is I learn a lot of stuff. I know how to use a lot of software. Maybe my art doesn't improve too drastically like some people's. But I do learn a lot. And I've always been a person who loves learning. Can I delete all these? No, I cannot. So I assume that's being used, and that's being used, and that's not being used. Can I delete all these? Yeah! Can I delete all these? No! I knew it was going to be a no. Which ones can I delete? 2 from last, these ones. Cool. 1 from last. Oh. That's the actual... That's these. But none of these should exist anymore. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, so that's... I think that's the part of the roof. Hey, we're coming to the bottom now. Oh, I clicked enter instead. The third one in. So either I need to figure out what these are, then delete them, or I need to keep them and name them correctly and put them in the right folder. Glass? Oh, whoops. mi_glass, and then m_glass for material. And then drag those into our material folder. And then technically I think I should be able to delete all these. Even though they're referenced, I should be able to delete all these. Although these are instanced. Am I actually using these? I'm not using this. But apparently I'm using this. On 15 things. I don't know. Okay, yeah, I should be able to delete this. Cool. We'll try to delete this too. They probably won't see any change. I like flying around the scene and trying to not to go through walls. But yeah, I can't wait to get to a new scene, because this is... Every time I do a scene, I go completely out my comfort zone. And do something that's not particularly what I'm good at. But I think that's a really good way for me to learn. What is this? Oh, it's that. So we'll just go like SM_side metal boat. Just a random name. I'm not interested in making it like perfect, because they're just level components. Boat main part, is that literally... I assume that's literally this. So let's go SM_. I mean, we'll go to delete it. Yeah, it's come up as that. Boat... Oh, maybe it's not. Hold on a minute. Boat main part. Yeah, every project I try to do, at least one thing I want to learn or improve at. I just do, like... I said I wasn't going to show my art station, but watch the transition, man. Like, I'm terrible. Because I feel like in a way you should just focus on what you're good at. And I'm terrible because I don't do that. We started our portfolio. My portfolio, sorry. We started our portfolio here. Well, actually here. I'm not sure why they're ordered that way. We made this in university's third year. It's the second year, but it wasn't. I really want to redo this thing because it's actually garbage. I could improve this so much more these days. And then, the first time I streamed, I made this. This took us 10 days from start to finish. Just whipping it out. Whipping it out. This was quite a fun scene. Someone, my friend did the kitchen. Because he wanted to participate. And our reference was this. Obviously, I did not choose this lighting choice because it's a bit bright. I made mine a bit more realism from... Well, I think it's more realistic. From the light source from the outside and making it a bit more warm and stuff like that. Then we made this scene. So, a weird direction. This is where I was learning. So this was a bit of learning. Because I wanted to learn how to make things animate in Unreal Engine. So just basic sequences and stuff like that. Yours looks better than Ref. Thank you. I think the lighting made the Ref look really flat, right? It's like it was lit in a studio or something. This also has audio in it, but I won't play that. And yeah, this was like me learning how to do emissive materials, learning how to do sequences, and just learning how to work from a bit of reference. So this scene wasn't too fancy, but there was a bit going on here. And some material stuff, because I always like doing material work. So that was the next jump I did, right? Then the next jump, so I'd never done a proper outdoor scene. And this is all made by me. I've been asked before, like, is this Megascan? Because if this is Megascan assets, this is kind of garbage. But it's not. I made all of this. So this was a really interesting thing to do. This is quite fun. And this is on... Is this on my channel? No, I think I did this on Twitch. So again, learning something new. I was thinking about doing exterior scenes, and I wanted to make something exterior. And I just did it. I didn't know how to do foliage very well. You could tell because look, all the trees are like the same height. That should be randomized. I know how to do that now. I should open up these scenes to make them look a bit better. And the trees I made in Tree It, not Speed Tree, which I still don't have. I should get Speed Tree. So they weren't brilliant looking either. So actually, before that, I made... Oh no, that's a lie. So I re-rendered these guys to make them look a bit better in Marmoset. This one. So this boat is obviously, if we go back to our environment, So this obviously has a video as well. Like, I was learning particle effects in this one, as well as doing an exterior scene. Because we have, like, our little fireflies. A lot of people are like, fireflies wouldn't be out in the day and look like that. I was like, I know, but it just looks cool. Really. It's just like an effect. It's obviously normal flies here. Sometimes I feel like you got to over-exaggerate things to make it look a bit cooler. So, yeah, I was learning how to do camera angles and panning and stuff like that. And then we did a big jump. I got up one day and I said to myself, I want to make some weapons. Not realistic ones. I want to make some stylized weapons. So I sat down and said to myself, how am I going to do that? And I developed my own technique where I do the detailing in ZBrush, and then I use Substance's curvature and ambient occlusion detection to basically take that information and make a texture. Agreed with exaggerating. Thank you. And then I just went ham and I made loads of weapons. Are they the best weapons in the world? No. But I got better and better over time as I was making them. Oh, must have the lantern as a separate one, yeah. And then this is my latest project one, which you can tell there's been improvement just because of the way it kind of looks. And then I did this one as well, but this was a slight off stylized. It's not quite the style I do, but same sort of principle. Yeah, and then when I did those weapons, this one's probably my favorite. This is again in my latest scene. Can I see it? Are you good? What? Great improvement from weapon to the beer. Yeah. Like, it's like that's more my recent scene. If you go to my recent scene now, oh right, I was loading this up. So this looks terrible like this. You got to set it to this percentage. There you go. Yeah, look, I got this like outliner that happens when you look at it from certain angles. But it doesn't work on the sky. You can see that, look. But it works on everything else. Because the way it works is the asset behind it, not the asset in front of it. But if you get close, look, none of this actually looks that great. But it was all about the distance. Oh yeah, he's animated, isn't he? Because it's just supposed to be like... There's actually a bit more that you don't see. This actually opens up, look, and goes, woo. But fantastic. This was such a fun scene to do. I shouldn't be talking about this one yet. I'll close that. I'll close that. I just showed you anyway. Just get back to the art station. Yeah, so then I said to myself, this is hilarious. Because I have a really bad habit of going... I've done the same with this scene. This scene that I'm doing now was only supposed to be the exterior. And then I was like, oh, what happens if we make an interior over here? Or what happens if we make a character? Oh, what happens if we make it so we can go down here and here and in here? Oh, what if I connect it all up and you can actually leave? And it ended up being this huge scene instead of just being an exterior. I always add and add and add. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because when we were doing this scene, I said, oh, I just want a building to put my weapons in. And, you know, I did. I put my weapons in here. But when I was making it, I was like, okay, we'll just put it on a circle disc, like a diorama. After doing that, I went, oh, the diorama needs some textures like dirt and grass, which I actually did two different ways. I did the dirt hand painted in Photoshop, and then I did the grass in Substance Designer. And then I went, it needs some foliage assets. So I made my own grass. And then I made my own rocks and flowers and stuff like that. Okay, maybe it needs some other stuff. I added some trees. I went, why don't we make this a terrain? So I made it terrain. And I was already sitting there, but essentially I got all my stuff and set it on there. So I had my building on a terrain. What if we have smoke coming out the top? So I started doing particle effects. What if we had a river going beside it? So I made a river and I made a fancy material. And then I moved on and I was like, oh, let's make a waterfall. And then I went, what if we have a little city across the way? And I made a little village. Oh, I've only got 2 images of it. And then I sold it as a modular pack that people could buy. So yeah, like, considering I never done Starlights before, this was a big jump for me. And learning how to do day and night systems is looking good. Then obviously the Starlight scene I just showed you where I hand painted it all. And then what we're doing now, and the Simpsons scene I made for NVIDIA. That was fun. 3 days, start to finish, all made by me. Except for the paintings on the wall. I found those online because they look funny. Yeah, that was interesting. 3 days. Oh, that was a very tight schedule. And yeah, then we made this. So it's like it's a step up from my existing stylized, and it's a lot more condensed with an interior that goes exterior. Wow, 3 days, thank you. One of my best things is I feel like I'm quite speedy. I don't necessarily feel like I get the most details in things, but I feel like I can get them done in a decent amount of time. Yeah, so the biggest or the hardest thing about this was making an interior that connects to an exterior. I've never done that before. So getting it so I could just fly out of windows and basically just go into wherever I want and leave and go into here. That was a challenge because I had to like make it in a way that was possible. And I think what's also hard about it is making it so that the outdoor lighting still looks good indoors. And as I said to someone earlier, for example, if we look at one of the lights, light 3, I've got this one here as a bonus light when I want to set up this camera angle, this one specifically here. Because without that light, it still looks cool, you know, don't get me wrong. Still looks like a nice little scene. Compass looks like it's got extra detail on it because you're close to it. And then we've got this map that fades off into the distance with your alcohol, like a mug. And some of these other assets you can't quite see because they're out of focus, which is perfect. It's exactly what I wanted. However, we have situational lighting that I want to add more of actually as I go in. That you could turn on. Maybe only 2.5. That we can use to add a little bit more pizzazz to the actual screenshots I'll be taking, because I obviously want this on my portfolio in the end. And I think that difference, like this like light you get here, this like cast of shadow you get, looks really cool. And as I've always said, people disagree with me. The better I get at art, the more people disagree with me with this. I'm not a very good artist. I know a lot of sneaky ways to make things look good, but I'm not a good artist. And I will argue that, because I have almost no natural talent for it, but for some reason I told myself when I was 13 years old, you're going to be an artist even though you suck at it. And that's what I've been trying to do for the last 14 years of my life. That makes it much more cinematic, yeah. I think it looks really cool. I think we've got one more camera, right? Oh yeah, we've got this camera with a little fishing spot. I feel like there needs to be more stuff here, and just having it blue here looks a bit odd. Maybe I need to lower. Too low. Lower. Wow, how many? A bit lower? Like that? I think that looks better, but how does it look when I'm flying around? Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. Maybe even lower than that. Oh my god. Oh, a part of it's not actually due to that, it's due to the fog. We've got this. Well, see, the more I look at it, the more I think this fog isn't helping out. It makes it too blue. Maybe it's good to have that. Or maybe we just have this really weak. Oh, wow, it is very weak. Towards the bottom. Like that. So it gets a little bit darker at the bottom. Well, the clouds in the background, that's just painted. But these ones are just a mesh. I actually need to make them look better. I've been wanting to make 2D animations with stylized effects on UV, but I'm still figuring out. With the material for this, so basically this is just a... I watched a tutorial on how to draw it nicely. But this is basically just this, and it basically pans back around. Thinking using Flipbook's tools or Niagara. Niagara stuff is really hard. Personally, I have so much trouble. I'm so much better with Cascade. My brain isn't quite programmed yet to use it too well. But yeah, if you look in here, all I'm doing is panning it. And I changed the color too, and then you set it to the emissive, and it just makes it look like it comes around. So that slight movement just makes it look like it's a dynamic background. But I do want to make better looking clouds. Like physical ones. I think first of all, I need to turn on the specular, right? Don't crash on me. I've edited so much about saving. Come on. Come on. I think it's because it's complex. That's not that complex. I'm going to save while it's doing that. Oh my god, how much is it saving? I did delete a lot. We're close, actually, to organizing all of that. Maybe I will spend Sunday, because I need to do a stream tomorrow as well at 8:30. So maybe I'll spend Sunday making that near. Yeah, they look a bit better. Oh yeah, they definitely look better. But these are interesting, because these are basically just got a normal map attached to them. Like, if you look... if we turn up our speed, I'm only on 2. No wonder why I'm so slow. Now, if we have a look... This is just a sphere. This is just this, right? I've stretched it out and I've increased the size. And then wow, that was much smaller than I thought. Increase the size. Then I've got a material that bumps it out and stuff. It's not the best material, and it makes it kind of look poofy and cloudy. But yeah, I do want to make these look better. They definitely need improving. They were kind of placeholder at the time. Oh, if you look as well, the sun is a mesh. You can move him around. Yeah. But, like, I'm thinking it's looking better like this now. Yeah, look, I don't like all of that. Like, that edge, it catches the light way too much. It kind of looks like it's plastic. Even though it doesn't have any shine on it that I just deleted. Like, having specular at 0 means there's no shine. So it's not being caused by shine. It's being caused by something else. So we'll have a look into that. I do like working with materials a lot as well. If you look at... I mean, you can tell by just how many things you could change in here. But if you look into here, this is one of my most complex materials I've made. I do like that edge though. Dear, maybe I'll keep it then if you like the way it looks. At the end of the day, I prefer making other people happy with how it looks than myself. Most of the time. Yeah, this isn't even a half of it though. Because you look at this, you're like, wow, that's complex. And you actually come into the stuff. And there's even more. That's not a very big one, admittedly. But essentially, that would look like all of this. Except I've made it a material function. Makes it look hand-painted. Oh, I guess so, yeah. And then if we go into here, we've got our edge foam. We've got our... What was this one? Foam fade function. So essentially this one little node represents all of this, but it's just... It's essentially a good way to make it look neater and reuse it. Got this. Oh, they're not being used, but I don't want to edit it because it'll take a long time to load. And we got... This. And all of that plugs into this to make a material that I can't even show you because I'm pretty sure I don't have distance fields turned on. I can give it a check. Bond? Oh, it does. So you see that? So if we bring that underneath, if we actually made a normal boat and he was floating, well, actually this boat wouldn't work as a normal boat because of the way it's shaped. Maybe like this. Look, it looks like it's on water. Oh, and we've also flooded the insides. But yeah, I like making materials a lot as well. In fact, materials is probably was at one point more my passion than anything. I love making materials because, like, the fact that you can have something in an engine that just sort of works. Like the fact that I can place just this in. I actually made one recently. I said it earlier in the stream. A lava material for my workplace, and it bumps up rockiness around the actual components. And I got the lava and the rock. So you know, like how lava has like a rocky nature to it. If we go stylized lava, it'd be even easier. Here you go. So you know, like how you've got this, like this. I made it so the rocks move, but the lava underneath moves at a different speed, and it like cross hatches. So it kind of gives this effect. It just looks cool. And then it bumps up, and it's got random bumpiness to it. I love materials because the fact that you can just have that in the engine, you don't need to make it look cool in substance. Like you need the base, sure. But the fact that it's so versatile after you've done that, like if we look at this, I have all these options you can change. I'm not going to right now, but you could just change the color, make the water made of Kool-Aid. You got all these different sort of minor effects, different versions of it. That one's obviously coming out more and it's more warped, or this one is less warped, coming out less. And I can actually increase how many lines come out. Is it not called line? Foam, warp amount, bit scale, time, how early, foam end thickness, foam warp amount of foam. Oh, you got stuff like that. Like you could just go. Whoop. Oh, is that doing the opposite? So this way around? You can add loads of foam. I'm looking for a specific one. Oh, you can change the normal map or how strong the normals even are. Strength here. So you can have like these really strong normals. Or these really weak, subtle ones, which always look better to me. But yeah, this is the stuff I like doing. I swear I could increase how many lines there are. Oh, it bumps up and down as well. So that it rises. I'm not going to rest out until I find this. Flash strength. Oh, yeah. It's got these like little flashes on it that you'll see. See, like these little flashes appear. That's a material. That's not like the... That's part of the material, sorry. That's not the light causing this shine effect. That's like I manually did to make it have this fake shine that appears. This sparkly effect, I guess you should call it. I swear I have number of lines. Is it not in foamy bits? Edge source of thickness, foam warp amount, foam end thickness, foam fade out distance. Oh, you can... Oh, yeah. Foam switch. So you can make it go inwards instead of outwards. Which looks wrong, but in some cases it did work. How early foam breaks apart. What a very specific one. You can slow it down. Amount of foam, foam bit scale, foam bit speed, Fresnel color, Fresnel Expo. Apparently I don't. I could have sworn I had a way to increase how many lines there were. To be fair, I need to improve the warp material. I actually know a way to make it better. Foam's second line. So it only got a second line. Oh, I do need to improve it, and I will at one point, because I want to update it on the marketplace with the improved version. Because the improved version, I figured out a way to make it so you can increase the line with a slider, how many lines there are, so you can have like one line to like 500 lines. And it just makes it more versatile. And again, that's the best part about shaders, how versatile you can make them. Updating texture streaming data. I just didn't realize I had distance fields even in, so that's very interesting. Because shouldn't I have down here? Although, is it not worth it for a very tiny... probably not worth it. Anyways. Do you have any tips on selling stuff in the marketplace? Make something that no one's made before. And if you make something that someone's made before, make it reasonably priced compared to theirs. Because that's... At the end of the day, your quality is obviously going to help. But it comes down to if that's already accessible right? If you got Unreal Marketplace, probably loads of people who's made water shaders now. But when I made it, there was only like a couple of decent ones. So I needed to make it better than other people's. And if I couldn't make it better than other people's, I just need to make it cheaper. Water shader stylized. So you had this guys who did... Wow. Oh, that's the light version. I was going to say, his one looks awesome. Better than mine. Oh, this one, here you go. So he's got a lot of reviews on it. So he made this. And it's obviously £35. And if we... See, he's got tessellation and everything. I should have made that on mine. I know how to do that now. So maybe I will. So if you look at this, look how cool this looks. He's got this like dynamic buoyancy and everything. And he's got this cool like wave effect. Way better than mine. However, he's obviously selling it for £36. So I knew if I wanted to make something at least 25% of that quality, I should sell it for about £8, £8 to £9. So I did. Is my water shading over here? Material? So you got all these materials. £44 for a material. Actually, oh, that's no, the islands. Stylized forest to get a whole forest. You had this guy's water. I remember seeing this for 18 quid, which didn't look very good to me. So I was like, okay, if I sell mine cheaper than this, so he does have splines and stuff, admittedly, but if I sell mine cheaper than this, it'll, hey Nabble, it'll make people more interested in my one. And then where's my one? I can't even find my one. Duh. Low poly water. What's that? Oh, that's cool. Like a pixelated water. I can't even find mine. What's mine called? I'm going to have to put this up on a different screen because you guys can't see my seller stuff. Stylized water pack. Maybe I went past it. Stylized... If I go with stylized water, surely mine should come up. Oh, there you go. Seems that I'm too late these weeks. I start at 8:30 BST on Friday and a Saturday. I mean, if you're busy, that's obviously you can't join. But it just give you a heads up. I started just over 2 hours ago. So if you want to catch me, and you do have the free time. I mean, the fact that you're even here is super appreciated. Sorry. Yeah. So if you come into here, alert. Oh, that 2-star review. I fixed his problem and he didn't raise his 2-star. I remember. Where was it? Oh, this one. Reference drawing is different from the actual water surface effect. The guy did fix it then. The guy who gave me a... Oh no, he gave me a 4-star. Yeah, he said he'll give me 5-star if I fix his problem, and I did, but he didn't give me 5-star. This 2-star one. What does that even mean? The reference drawing is different from the actual water surface effect. It comes with a level. When you buy it, you can go into the water material level, and it's exactly the way it's advertised on here. It's not that complex of a material. Well, it kind of is. I don't know. What a weird review. I'll just show basically how it works. Anyways, I basically talked most of this stream instead of actually working. I haven't done too much Nabble from what you've seen, I don't think. You know, why is the lighting so dull in here all of a sudden? I think I need to bring this back here. Turn it to like 4, maybe 5. It's not very good representation now because it's got to bake that. It needs to look brighter technically right now because after baking it will look duller. So that's probably going to be better. Oh yeah, look, a spiderweb. Whoa. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you do enjoy the stream and you do want to chat with me off stream, you can always join the Discord. I'm mostly there to reply to things. Obviously, when I'm working, it's a little too hard. It's a little hard to reply, but I also try to reply while I'm working. Again, Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Hope some of you may have learned something. And I'll catch you tomorrow at the same time at 8:30 British Standard Time. Bye.